Well. Hi, get ready with me while I use some new makeup while it's 8 o'clock. Listen, there's just some things that are driving me a little up a wall, and I want to talk about it. I want to chit chat. I'm going to use some new makeup, and I understand the irony of me using new makeup while I'm talking about like overconsumption, launches that aren't exciting me, influencers who feel like they just have to buy new things and that's their content. I'm sorry. I said it, and I know that we're thinking it because I've also had this conversation with my community a lot, and I see it in other places. So anyway, let's get into it. Woo! I'm going to use this green, this dark green, immediately. I need to use that immediately. But I also have some other things here. So anywho, this is not like a new thing. I feel like this is a conversation that has happened like amongst the beauty community for a very long time. That gray is literally so gorgeous and stunning. Anyway, I just think there has been more of an increase because, I don't know, I've just been seeing it a little bit more than usual. I feel like it's just the overconsumption of it all, the feeling the need to like buy every single thing to try out because someone believes that it's part of like the job description. You know what I'm saying? I too have done this and have like purchased things because of their virality, if that's even the word that you would use, or is that a word? I don't know. Lately, makeup has been extremely inspiring. However, there are a lot of launches of products that are not, and I want to differentiate between the two because people and humans and artists inspiring. Wow, the creativity. So good, so wonderful. However, some of the launches, and I think we've seen some of brands like all together just kind of flopping a little bit. And that part to me is not exciting. I am not excited about a company just trying to go viral. I'm not excited about a company that's just making a product to be a clickbait thing and not an actually quality good product that I will use time and time again. You picking up what I'm putting down? I know you are because you're smart and you're capable and you're strong. Stunning. That is stunning. I love that gray. This green, dude, I'm so excited. Yeah, dude. But I just feel like I think sometimes with content creators or people who want to be content creators or trying to like aim towards that, and there's literally nothing wrong with that, but I think the idea of like, oh, you have to purchase these things in order to be a content creator is not helpful, nor is it accurate in my opinion. Also, what do I know? But also, I know I'm not the only one talking about this or thinking these things. I think if you are a content creator and you want to offer valuable entertainment, however that may be, there are a million different things that people can do with content. There is a niche for everything, which is literally so wonderful and beautiful. But I think the idea of just like, oh, I make content because I purchase things is a weird take, is a weird thing. And like, oh, I have to buy every single thing of this because of what I do. Dude, seriously, look at this green. Oh, that is stunning. What I really love is when I see a content creator that I watch talk about something that they genuinely use, something that they really are excited about. I'm only going to speak for myself also too. I'm not going to speak on behalf of anyone because that would be weird and gross. But with my content, I want to share things that I love, that I'm excited about. And oftentimes that leads to the question of, how come you're only talking about things? How come you like everything that you review? Well, you don't see everything that I review, first of all. Second of all, I don't really like the idea of coming on and talking about something that I hate, and like, it feels like a hate view kind of situation, you know what I mean? Makeup makes me genuinely excited, so I want to be excited. I want to show you something that I'm like stoked on, or that like I really love, or that I use a lot. Now, don't get me wrong, there are times that I talk about like things that I don't like, or things that I'm just like meh about, because I don't really want it to be like a focus, and I certainly talk about it on like streams or any lives that I do. I am talking about things that I don't like. But I also know that a lot of makeup and a lot of like beauty reviews and content, and even like skincare, like beauty across the board, sometimes really is about preference. Sometimes really is about like, I lived in a different climate than you probably, maybe, who knows? My skin is combination sensitive, might be different than yours. So like, there's a lot of these factors that sometimes it's just like, yeah, I just didn't like it, didn't work for me. You could love it, that's so great. Ooh, I like that. Now, when it comes to brands that I don't like, or like ethics and morals behind brands and why I don't support them, that's another thing. We can disagree on color palettes. That's fine. We can disagree on color stories that we enjoy. However, I really do think that we should agree on like human rights and like, cruelty of certain kinds. That's not a hot take, actually. If you are shown, hey, this brand is really bad and they do horrible things to X, Y, and Z and it's just really not good, and you're like, doesn't matter to me though, I am judging you. Not in a nice way. Bestie, we can find you dupes for stuff. If that's your biggest concern, we've got you. Don't even worry about it. We've got a replacement for that crappy product from that crappy brand of that crappy person that we do not like. We've got you. Okay? Now listen, I know what you might be thinking. Who do I think I am commenting all this? Literally no one. I'm just sitting here making a video. I want to do some makeup, and this is just important stuff that I want to talk about, and I want to kind of include this more on my page to open the door for discussion, because I think it's important to have. I think it's important to check in with communities and with groups of people who it's not just makeup, And the stress of like new launches is not just put on creators. It's not just put on influencers. It's everybody. I think a couple years ago, we really got sick of it. I think it started to really be more known with certain brands just doing launches constantly and just kind of bombarding. And it felt like there was no connection to the consumers. I am a consumer first. I am a makeup lover, buyer, collector first. I love makeup. It's always been a part of my life. You've heard me talk about it a million times. But it's not lost on all of us. But the pressure is there. And brands can joke and laugh about like, oh, haha, yeah, we're doing so much. We're so extra. But it's like, are you aware of what your customers are going through in the slightest, or what we're asking for? If there is a company that is like, hey, we heard you. We heard that you want this really specific thing, that you've been looking for this very specific thing in the market. Well, Pookie, we got it for you. I'm like, oh my God, amazing. Yay, you listen. And sometimes that's all people want. They just want to be heard. That's how I feel about trolls sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, damn, I know you want attention, and maybe you weren't heard at some point in your life, and now you're acting nasty in the comments. I don't know. That's not for me to figure out. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. Who could have thought? Also, look at this freaking crater in my eyeliner, dude. These are all new and shiny. I can't wait to use these. But like, oh my God, I love this cake liner so much. It's the vintage goth one, by the way. Jessica, wow. I'm screaming at you constantly, I feel like, because I'm like, these shades. I've got other ones on my eyes right now. Anyway, I really do hope that this doesn't come off as like a me being like, oh, me and all my know-how, and like I don't want it to be in a condescending tone or feel that way at all. I hope that it doesn't. I think that we as consumers and like hopefully companies can do better in certain aspects. I don't know truly how that will look. I think there's always going to be the like hype and the desire to have a lot of like views and stuff like this. Let me also be clear in when I say there's nothing wrong in wanting to have like a successful or a sold out launch and things like this. But we have been shown examples and tactics that are kind of deceiving from companies of being like, oh my God, we sold out. And oh wait, we just found this like 300 units. They were just like hiding in the corner. What were they doing there? And it's like, did you sell out or did you make people panic buy? Because then there's a loss of trust, and that's a whole other conversation. But I don't know. I want to have a conversation about it. Me also, I feel like I know so much. I also know nothing. There's also so much to learn. So maybe I just have things to learn. But my perspective right now just feels like I just feel frustrated. I feel like sometimes I lose hope with like certain things because, we see a brand kind of sell out, so to speak, in a nasty kind of way. That's a huge bummer. Not a like, oh, they're successful now and boo-hoo. I want brands to have success. I want brands that I love to have success, to have money to pay their bills, to have money to make more launches, to be able to live well and like do things like that. I don't think that like wanting a brand to stay small forever and not have any success so that they can't do more, that's a weird mentality. I've heard some discussions about that, and I'm like, what do you mean though? What do you mean you're not rooting on your favorite brand so that they can like have a sold out launch and then be able to make more of it in an ethical, wonderful way? What do you mean? What do you mean that you hope someone stays small so that they don't have success? Weird. Weird. Please stay away from me. I think that energy is just bizarre. I have heard some wonderful creators talk on things like this in the past, and I really feel like they do a good job. Is my eyeliner even? No, but this line looks sick, dude. My eyeliner's not even, but this line, sick. I really appreciate the creators that talk openly about this and like discuss those things and like are very candid without being like, these new creators don't know anything and I hate all the new creators because they just care about it. And it's like, feels weird. That also feels weird. I don't know. Who called me? Hello? Okay, weird. I can really appreciate that like content creators who have been around for like 10 plus years who are welcoming and like helpful to newer creators. But there is a weird divide that happens that's like a, you don't know how this goes, you don't understand, you don't know what's going on. That's just maybe kind of how it goes. I don't know. I'm new here. Where's my Omni Lash? Shit. Have I lost it? No. Side note, I'm still obsessed with this foundation. This is the About Face one and I love it. I like to kind of sheer it out too. Like I use a damp sponge so it really does sheer it out. It's not a little amount by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't know if you came here for light makeup. Hi! There's so much to learn in the world and pretending that you know everything is also so weird to me. I know a lot of things, but I know nothing at the same time. I saw recently, I think it was Robert Welsh who was talking about this. I'm gonna tag Robert because I really do love his content and I think it's super informative and also just very helpful without being like, you idiot that you didn't know this. I will always respect a creator who's like, oh, you didn't know that this like brand was shady? Let me tell you what, so that now you can know. Instead of like, oh, I can't believe you didn't know this, you idiot. It's like, oh my God. Please. Even someone who's like plugged into beauty stuff as often as I am, I still feel like there's stuff that happens and I'm like, wait, what? And I feel like I'm pretty informed. But for anyone who has a job literally outside of beauty and is just normally living their life, it's a lot. It's a lot. And that's why I think it's important to talk about because like, especially with my community, like I love y'all. I freaking adore you. I want to keep you updated if like, hey, besties, we're avoiding this now because X, Y, and Z. Or like, hey, did you check this out? This thing is so cool and it works so well and it's actually so worth your money. Check it out. Both ways. Goes both ways. Ooh, God, this looks so good. Hello. Where's the thing I'm looking for? Side note, I'm still loving cream products, which is so weird to me. It's so weird how much I've been loving cream products recently because spring and summer feels like the opposite time that I should be loving those, but they just look so good. I think also having these conversations kind of like in videos is important versus like just me talking about them in live and like on my streams. That literally looks so good. This is the M80 cream bronzer from Mob. I want to also go ahead and say that this is not like directed towards every single creator. I know that there's very much creators that are like, I get sent this PR, X, Y, and Z. This is very much part of the job, so on and so forth. I'm saying the idea that like to be a creator, to have any stake or any space in this industry that you have to buy everything. I don't know if I made that clear before because obviously with like PR and videos and things like this and brands that people work with, like that's not always the case. Like you do review a lot of stuff. I'm saying the idea that to be a creator, to any capacity, you have to start at that. Like you have to overconsume, have everything right away, right immediately. You gotta buy everything before anything happens. Before any work is done, that you have to do that. Does that make sense? I hope so. The idea that every single person who wants to be a creator has to buy, this is not PR, buy every single thing ever that is like potentially gonna be viral, maybe gonna be viral, is viral, whatever that is. Like that, I don't like that. I don't like the notion of you have to purchase these things in order to be part of the club. Because honestly, first of all, in this economy, there's always a person that's like, just say you're broke. I sincerely hope that you're rolling in it, that you just got all your bills paid and you're not in debt. But it's not necessarily about that. I mean, it could, finances are obviously like a good part of it, but like also, who has the storage space? Hi, kitty. Who has the storage space? Who has the room? Y'all live in houses with like 3 rooms for product or what? Honestly, the jump scare of me having less of a brow, every time I shave off part of my brow over here, I forget. And then I wake up, I'm like, oh yeah, that's missing. Let me just draw it on real quick. Hi, kitty. Hi. Hi, baby. Okay, can I make my brows somewhat even? Maybe. Doing the double split is something that I started doing, and I don't know if I'll ever stop now. I've done it like continuously for a while, and I just don't even really think about it anymore. I do think I need to trim off more of this brow. I don't know. I hope that this is coming out like clear and concise, but it's, I just wanted to come on here, do my makeup and chat with y'all. And also just to get like your perspective, like how you think, like, or how you feel about all of this. I talk to my community on stream often about stuff like this and in the Discord and everything like that, but it just, it's different in this capacity. I actually don't know if I'm gonna add any blush. I really like this bronzer though. I swear, I just had lip liners like right here. I don't know, maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I'm really off base with all this. This dual-ended half magic pencil though, dude, I have to say. Half magic? Yeah, you really did that with this one. You really did that with this one. I am going through it at a rapid rate. I like to mix the two. Gives this really lovely tone. Look at that. Yeah. What do I want to mix together? Where's my M100? M100. Oh, this is M100. Where's my M102? I'm gonna take M100. This is from Jen. Oh my god, dude, this is everything. One of my favorite shades. I mix this one a lot too, but alone. Woo! I'm gonna put a little bit of Laced from Melt Cosmetics on top just to cool it down. Yeah, that's cute. I would love to chat with you all in the comments about this or on streams or anywhere as we have been doing. Thank you so much if you've watched this whole thing. Literally, thank you so much for being here and thanks for hanging with me. I hope you like this makeup look. I'm really obsessed with it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm obsessed with it. I think it looks so good. I love makeup a lot and I just sometimes want it to do a little bit better. I sometimes want it to be a little bit more intentional, but maybe that's just me in a daydream. I don't know. Maybe that, what do I know? But also, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of really good brands out there, though. I know sometimes it seems like there are so many that are just so wrong and so bad, but there's so many good brands out there. My page is full of a lot of really great brands. I don't think it's going to come to any shock to anyone that the brands that I work with, that I'm affiliated with, I love a lot. I really believe in, and I so strongly support for more than just liking their products and thinking that their things are just so quality. I believe in a lot of stuff that they think and that they want out of makeup, that they demand out of makeup. It's not just products, and it really feels that way. So I like that. And who cares if it's romanticized or like dramatic? I'm not really here for a boring time. So anyway, thank you again so much for watching. Follow me for more makeup and beauty content, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye! Hi, baby!